So you're thinking about moving to Keller, Texas? Well, in this video, we're going to be discussing a couple new home neighborhoods, brand new construction. And if you stick around to the very end, we're going to give you a little hidden gem if you want to build a custom home.
And if this is your first time to the channel, go ahead and subscribe. And if you want to be the first to know what's happening in the Texas real estate market, go ahead and hit that bell.
Hey y'all, welcome to the channel. My name is Tom Jung.
And I'm Jack Lisenby.
And we're local Dallas-Fort Worth real estate agents. If you are in the market, we'd love to hear from you. Don't hesitate to call, text, email, all that kind of stuff. So this video, we are talking about Keller, one of the most awesomest suburbs of the Fort Worth side of the Metroplex. And one of the big reasons here, I'm going to throw a couple out. If you got some, jump in there. But school district, it's like one of the best. Very family oriented, and their grass is always really well kept.
I was gonna say it's always very well taken care of. I don't think I've gone anywhere in Keller and been like, oh. Yeah,
dude. Every time I drive through there, there's like not one median that's not perfectly groomed. So I'm just like, this is amazing. So, stark contrast to some different neighborhoods in Fort Worth for sure. But,
yeah, definitely.
Anyways, we got two neighborhoods for you today. You want to kick it off?
Yeah, so the first one we're actually going to talk about is a Keller local. It's a neighborhood called Riverdance, and this is by.
I think they play Irish music on the weekends.
Oh yeah, they go out there and clog and stomp and all that jazz.
Yeah, it's pretty festive.
No, but it's actually tucked away on the southwest side of Keller, just off of the 377, but not so close that you can hear it. But it's all done by Westpoint Homes. All of the houses on this basically 2 or 3 street neighborhood are by these guys, and they are headquartered in Keller. So it's really cool to have some local representation there. But it's really nice. It's really close to the Keller Sports Complex. I used to go there a lot because my sister played softball, and any of the local tournaments I basically got dragged along to. So I'm very familiar with that area, as well as the Bear Creek Park area. Oddly enough, at the end of the street, you can literally walk there from this neighborhood. You could probably see it depending on where your house is at. So really nice. It's close to Old Town Keller as well, which means you're not far from retail. You just head up north a little bit and then across Keller Parkway and you're right there. And then lastly, it's a very quiet neighborhood. So like I said, it's right next to Bear Creek Park and close to the 377. But don't let that fool you, because you don't have any through traffic going through here. There's no reason anyone would need to go through here unless they lived here. I think while we were out there showing a couple of the properties, we didn't see a single car drive through besides ours. So even though it's very well located, you don't have to worry about your kids playing in the street or anything like that. It's going to be nice and quiet there. There is an HOA here, but it's something minimal. It's like $550 a year. It's basically administrative, just to make sure that everything gets taken care of. But speaking of location, your drive times are going to look similar to something like this. So the grocery stores that you're looking at are over there in Old Town Keller. It's about 5-6 minutes away. You're looking at a Walmart and a Sam's Club. If you drive a little further, there's a Kroger and I believe a Target about 10 minutes away. So you got plenty of stuff around you if you're looking for groceries and just shopping in general. If you're trying to make it to the lake, though, Grapevine Lake's only 25 minutes away on that side of the lake, and Arlington is about 35 minutes, which means that the DFW airport is also very close, which is actually only about 25 minutes. Since you are on the north side of the Metroplex, you just take the 20 over there and you'll land right at the airport. Actually, I think it's the 121 or the 114. But if you're trying to make it to Fort Worth, that's about a half hour's drive, and then Dallas is only 50 minutes. Like we were talking about earlier, the school districts here are,
You good? Okay, I didn't,
No, this still me, I promise.
Okay.
The school districts in Keller are phenomenal. So everything's A-rated. The school district itself is A-rated, and the schools that I've actually got here listed are A-rated as well. So your elementary school is going to be the Keller Harville Elementary School, Keller Middle School, and Keller High School, and all 3 of these are A-rated. And if you know anything about the schools in the Fort Worth area, that's a big leap up. You don't have to worry about making a bad choice here. As far as the housing stuff goes, I'll say these are fairly reasonably priced for Keller, because some of the stuff in Keller, it's close to like the $700,000, $800,000, $900,000 mark, depending on where you're looking. These, I would say, are a really good bargain for the amount that you're paying for and what you're getting. So most of the stuff in this neighborhood that's still available is in the low 6s all the way up to the low 7s. You're looking at about 2,100 to 3,300 square foot, depending on the floor plan that you end up going with. And you can expect your beds to be between 2 and 5, and your baths to be between 2 and 4, also depending on the floor plan. And then the acreage in this area is fairly limited. Since you are so close to the city, you're only looking at about a sixth of an acre up to about a quarter acre, which means a sixth of an acre is about your standard lot size. It's just enough room for you to put the garbage cans on the side of your house and not have to worry about bumping into the neighbor's brick wall. As far as a quarter acre goes, that's a little bit more space. That's something like where you could probably get a decent sized backyard and like a mid-sized home, but probably not too much more than that on there. As far as the age range of this neighborhood, they're still building out there, but they actually started building back in 2015. So the ones that they do have available are all 2023 builds. There's only a few of them left at the moment, but they have a couple of lots that they could still build on as well. So a typical house in this neighborhood, if you're looking for stats, you're looking to pay about $700,000 for 2,500 square feet with a 3-bed, 3-bath, sitting on just over a sixth of an acre.
Yeah, and if you're interested in one of these homes, Jack's done a tour of the house. We'll link to that video as well, so you can get an idea of the type of house that Westpoint builds. And yeah, I mean, it was just super quiet over there. I mean, it was nice. But yeah, our next neighborhood is Gean Estates. Some may pronounce it Gean.
If they're wrong.
Yeah, where that would come from. But this is just about 5 minutes north of our last neighborhood, and it is catty corner to the high school. So Keller High School is right next to this neighborhood, and while we're there, I got to give a shout out to the Keller High School students. They painted their parking spots, and I was impressed. There was a lot of good artwork there.
It was really good, way better than the stuff we used to do.
Yeah. So, anyways, okay. So Village Builders is the one builder in this neighborhood. What's cool about this is it's a little bit. The lots are a lot bigger, I guess, and so you're gonna get probably 3/4 of an acre on average is what these are. And they do have a HOA. It's about $1,600 annually. And with that, you get a stocked pond. You get a sweet fountain in the middle of that giant stocked pond. There's also I guess a little amenity center with a pool. And you've got walking trails. And yeah, I mean, just close to everything. I feel like Keller's a pretty small town overall. Like there's one main street that runs through it, so everything's
pretty well laid out. So even if you are far away, you just take Keller Parkway and you're basically wherever you need to be. Yeah.
So as far as our location goes, it's going to be very similar to the last neighborhood. You're 10 minutes from Walmart, Sam's Club, probably the same for the other Tom Thumb and the other, what is that, Kroger? Grapevine Lakes, 25 minutes away. Arlington, you're looking at about 40 minutes if you want to go see this world champion Texas Rangers. Yeah. And then you've got the DFW airport at about 20 minutes, and Dallas is about 50 minutes away, depending on traffic. So schools are the exact same. So A-rated across the board, Keller Harville Elementary, Keller Middle, Keller High School. Boom, done. All right. Breezing through this one. So as far as the houses go, unfortunately, we don't have a tour of this one yet, but subscribe if you want to see that when it comes out. But these homes are pretty massive. So these are definitely family-sized homes. They're all going to be fairly large, and they're going to start around a little over $1 million. And basically 1 to 1.2 is where you're going to see most of those land. And they are going to range between about 3,200 square feet and all the way up to almost 5,000 square feet. So for that, you're going to have anywhere from 3 to 5, but most of these are going to have 4 or 5 bedrooms, an office, a secondary living room, all that kind of stuff. And the other thing that was really cool about this neighborhood that we noticed driving around in there is a lot of 3 and 4 car garage. I feel like 4 car garages were standard.
Yeah, I think there was only a few that had 3.
Yeah, so with, between, the really nice thing about that is like between having 4 car garages everywhere and the size of these lots, like you don't get cars parked on the street. It doesn't feel like, it feels very nice, and it should be for $1 million.
Right, yeah.
Right, but anyways, and you have extra space in your backyard. So if you want to put a pool in, if you want to go over the top with everything, we saw one neighbor out there that was
really cool.
But anyways, these are really nice homes. They've got nice finish outs. I mean, no complaints here. It is a Lennar product, so I guess the benefit there too is you also have. I guess you know that company's not going anywhere if you buy a home from them. So
hopefully not.
Yeah, and so these are 2 I guess larger planned communities as far as new builds go in Keller. Like you can find one-offs here and there, or people will buy a piece of land that for some reason doesn't have anything built on it, or they'll knock down something old. So there's, there's a lot of one-offs. But as far as like planned communities, these are, I guess, the two main ones that are still building.
Yeah, probably the two most prolific builders.
Yeah, and so if you're from Keller and you know of like some other cool areas, please do hit us up in the comments and let us know. Obviously, new subdivisions and all that kind of stuff are happening every day, so it's always a huge help if to help out the folks that are looking. And but anyways, you want to talk about our hidden gem?
Yeah, I was going to say, you're asking them for hidden gems. We got one for you guys before you take off. So we did actually find one of these one-off builds that we were talking about, except this one didn't end up being a one-off as far as just one house. This was a one-off as in like one street. So it's actually, oddly enough, right off of Randall Mills, Randall Mill, singular mill, sorry, which was surprising because it felt like we kind of went from the city straight into the country with almost no transition. It was really nice, kind of tucked away in another little neighborhood. But this place is called Windsor Estates. It's literally one street, but it has some really cool houses on it. We actually have a tour of one of them, and I highly suggest you go check it out because it was amazing. But the builders that we noticed while we were out there were going to be Pentavia, which is a custom home builder, and then Our Country Homes, which does, I believe, semi-custom and some custom lines. But the biggest draw with this neighborhood is there's no HOA, which I know that may be a sticking point for some people. It's very remote and quiet. Like I said, it's extremely close to Randall Mill. It's like less than a quarter mile away. You wouldn't know because you can't hear it or anything. Yeah. But it's also close to the Vaquero Golf Club, so you just head north about 10 minutes and you're there.
Oh yeah, we didn't mention it, but the Sky Creek Golf Club. Sky Creek Ranch Golf Club. Golly, that's a mouthful. Anyways, that's not far from the other neighborhoods either.
No, it's like right up the road a little bit northeast, I think.
Yeah. And also this neighborhood is like getting real close to the edge of South Lake, so you're not going to be far from, Bicentennial Park and their square down there, so if you want to...
Yeah, there's a lot to do in South Lake.
Yeah.
So this is this is like prime location for Keller. But as far as like drive times go, the closest grocer is going to be a Sprouts at about 4 minutes. Lake Grapevine's about 15 minutes away since you're on the east side of Keller. Arlington's only 35 minutes away. Fort Worth's, again, half an hour away. The DFW airport's only 15 minutes. You just hop on the main road and you're basically right there. And then Dallas is 45 minutes away if you take the 20. So as far as schools go, the only difference between this one and the previous two neighborhoods is going to be the elementary school, because you're going to be sending kids to Florence Elementary if you even put them in public school. If you're buying a house in this neighborhood, let's be honest, you're sending your kids to private school.
I don't know. Keller's
Keller's
good.
great.
Yeah,
don't get me wrong.
Do they even have private schools in Keller?
That wouldn't. I mean, honestly,
probably in South Lake.
Yeah, probably in South Lake. Either way, but otherwise, like I said, Keller Middle School, Keller High School, all of these A-rated. And then as far as the housing stuff goes, we don't have a good example for you because the only house we were able to compare it on with the data that we have was a single house, and that's not really indicative of the neighborhood.
It's going to be big.
Yeah, it's going to be really big, but it's really pretty. It's awesome. Like I said, we have a video on the walkthrough. Go check it out. It's amazing.
Yeah, and there's also a few lots available. So if you want to, obviously the one that is in our tour as of November of 2023 now. Is available, so if you want to buy that one, you can. But I know Our Country Homes has a lot left, and I think there are like 4 lots left in there. So if it's something you want to build, let us know. We can help you out with that. But all really, honestly, great options. I mean, there's the first 2 neighborhoods that we talked about are going to be a little bit different in just like the size and feel of the neighborhoods and the price, obviously. Yeah. And then Windsor Estates, these are going to be closer to like $2 million. I mean, you're buying a custom home, so it's going to be more expensive, even though Gean Estates are like big and they're nice and whatever, they're not going to have like as much of that extra,
that flair.
Yeah. So anyways, I hope this helped. If it did, give us that thumbs up. That always helps. And yeah, if there is something we didn't hit on as far as new homes go in the Keller area, please let us know in the comments. We always love that feedback. Whether you're looking to buy or sell, remember to keep calm. Call Tom.